Hello everyone, and welcome back to Griffin, Indiana here with CBW Farms. This is Chad coming at you. First of all, I'd like to give a big shout out to all my subscribers, and we're getting a bunch of new ones here lately, so you guys are what makes this channel happen. And anybody that hasn't subscribed yet that's watching, I please hope that you consider doing so. But yeah, we are back on Griffin for episode number 2 today. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. I know I am. I'm going to show you, we leased this John Deere seeder because we're going to plant grass or seed grass up by our main farm. So we'll probably get that done today. And we're returning our plow that we borrowed. And a shout out to Kansas farmer that's watching this. Yes, I did turn around again with the plow in the ground. But as you can see, there's no shanks broke off. So I'm just beating you to the punch this time, my good friend. Anyhow, let's return this baby here. We don't need to repair it. We'll just return it. And it's all gone. I'm going to drive this back up to the farm. So I will see you guys up at the farm. And I hope you enjoy this music that's going to be playing. We'll lime our fields and we'll do a speedy through that, so we'll let you guys watch and relax and grab a cup of coffee or your favorite beverage, and we will see you in a minute. Alright everyone, as you've probably seen, we've got both of our fields are limed now, and this is kind of what it looks like on the map at the moment. So we're kind of in between that, anywhere from about 6 to 6.5 for the pH balance anyway, and which is supposed to be the optimum. And if you noticed, when we were on the end rows, I was not the one shutting it off. Precision farming, that does it by itself. It will not let you over apply as long as you have your fertilizer spreader set to automatic. So that's one benefit about the precision farming, that, and it will only take as much of your lime that it needs for each spot. Some places take a little bit more than others, just different soil types and that. And if you want more of an explanation on lime and precision farming, I encourage you guys to go check out Driver 53. He's done kind of a series on precision farming, and I know he's had a couple segments about liming, which before I get real far into this series, I'm going to be checking that out. I hadn't had time yet, but I definitely want to check it out to see how it is between crops, and especially on our field that I call 1B. Is it, with grass like that, does it make any effects on grass once grass is established and growing and that? I mean, we're going to learn that together here, I guess. So our field number 1's going to have a crop on it. Not sure yet what we're going to put there, but I'm kind of leaning maybe towards the wheat, because we can use wheat for chickens and we can use straw for either sheep or not sheep farm. Words again, Chad. But for pigs or cows anyway. So I haven't decided what we're going to add next to the map for animals, but we're going to try to get some chickens here yet pretty soon. We're going to probably get us a little tipper to feed the chickens so I don't have to use the big one. But yeah, anyhow, let's get out of here. And here you can see our tractor's getting kind of dirty, and our lime fertilizer spreader's getting real dirty. But now we need to get ready for seeding. Let's hop in our Magnum here, and we'll go. And I got my lid is open already. You can see my American flag, Old Glory, in the background there. Alright, let's fill this up with seeds. See how many dollars that takes. 247, so it takes a little bit more for seeds than lime. Lime with that big spreader was only $123 per load, so what we're going to do right now, not like we did on 6 Ashes, we're switching. If you're looking at the bottom right hand side of the screen, I am switched to grass. And before we go any further there, I do want to double check. We are at 43 degrees Fahrenheit ground temp right now. I know grass you can plant pretty much any time, but let's check in this menu here. Go down, grass is on the bottom now, and grass needs 37. So yeah, we are definitely, that's why it's white yet, not blue. It's showing us that we are in a safe zone to plant grass, and which we would be, we're right on the edge for wheat at 43 degrees. So we'll be able to plant both of these fields today. So let's go ahead and get this started. We'll go up here, unfold. And again, the nice thing with seeders, when you overlap, you're not using any additional seed. And the fertilizer spreaders also work that way on precision farming. Precision farming only. If you're not using it, then you won't be able, then you'll be using up fertilizer all the time. I had to think there for a second. I was thinking 3 different directions here this morning. I guess it's not morning anymore. It's afternoon on the Sunday. I don't know. I just thought I had a little bit of extra time today. I thought I'd try to get a episode of this done today for sure. And I don't know if I'll go ahead and do another episode of 6 Ashes and get that ready for in the next day or so. Because as I said earlier, I am a real-life farmer. And in one of my last videos, I mentioned that I will be getting new isoween pigs at one of the pig sites that I take care of. So it means I'll be getting baby pigs in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of this coming week. If you're watching this as this releases, are pretty close. Hard part about by the fences there. But no, so I'll be getting, like I said, 4,000 baby pigs coming in this week, and I'll be working close with my field representatives and that to get them all graded, which means just checking them out to see which ones are healthy and look like they're going to go good. And there's a lot of sorting with these baby pigs, to get the pigs that are going to fall back, basically, that they're just getting off their mama, as all these little pigs are right now. So yeah, they need all the help that they can get, and this is a different company that I'm going to be feeding for, so I'm sure they'll have different ways that they want me to do things, compared to what I have learned in the past. And I don't do a lot with isoweans normally. Normally my pigs are feeder pigs, which means they average 60, 65 pounds when they come in. That means they went through a nursery stage. A nursery stage is when they're going through the isoween side of things anyway. And there's a couple ways to do the nursery side. One way is in a nursery, is what it's called, a confinement that's a nursery that specializes in raising baby pigs. And they'll keep them about 6 to 8 weeks generally when they get them from baby pig, and they'll grow them up to that 60, 65 pound range that I was talking about, and then they'll get shipped out of there to other farms then that are called finishers. Those finishers will receive these pigs at 60, 65 pounds, and they will grow the pigs up to market weight. That's when they become bacon, I guess. And usually that's around anywhere from 270 pounds to about 300. 300, they start getting a little inefficient. That's a little too big. Some of the slaughterhouses don't like them quite that big. They're harder to work with, and they don't grade as well. They get a little bit more fat to them, which for me, I prefer the fat on them. But yeah, so like I said, they'll go to the finisher, and that's where they get finished out, which I have finishing barns also, and I have wean barns, which the wean barns, like I said, are the baby pigs. My finisher barns are the little bit more grown pigs anyway. But even in my isoween barns, we'll grow them for about 6 months, is usually about as long as it takes them to get from baby pig, 10, 12 pounds, up to that 270 to 300 pound range, depending on the weather and if they get sick or anything like that can make a little effect on them too. And even though they're in a controlled environment, it still gets hot in there in the summertime. I mean, we mist them down. There we got misters that'll turn on to cool down pigs when they get to a certain size, so they're a little more comfortable. So they're not air conditioned or anything, confinements, but yeah. So that's a little bit more about them. Like I said, the finisher is real similar to the wean to finish, except they're just bigger pigs when they come in, and it takes about 3.5 months to raise a pig to a fat hog. So yeah, we get to do a lot of loading and unloading, and sometimes they'll double stock what they call barns, which I don't have any of that going on anymore with the barns I have. Crash counter +1. But where they'll put, especially with the little pigs, they'll put extra little pigs in and have you start them out, and then they'll go to another site. So they might, instead of getting 4,000 pigs, you might get 8,000 pigs. Usually it pays pretty well to do that because it's a lot of extra work, but you only keep 4,000 of those 8,000 for about 6 to 8 weeks, and then those other 4,000 will go to a finisher. Now that I've probably bored you well beyond imagination with pig farming, that's kind of how we do it here in the Midwest anyway, as a general rule. There are still some people that raise their pigs outside yet, and I wish I had more pigs that were outside. I love how they react with people better. They're, just more mild-mannered and more tasty too. I would say. I guess that's kind of the goal of the pigs anyway. So, but that's a little bit more about my pig farming side of things. Like I said, right now with our crop farming side, like I said, there's just not that much going on. We've got everything kind of sprayed up in our fields, and the corn is fully tasseling, and the ears are getting made on the stalks of corn. So it's nice to see them developing. Our soybeans, they're in what we call a blooming stage right now. There's tiny little flowers that are on the bean plant that will end up becoming bean pods. And those bean pods will be, yeah, where your beans come from. You'll get, I don't know, try to get 5, 6 little beans in a pod, 10 beans, whatever genetics allows, I guess. So yeah, they're kind of growing right now, and we really don't want to drive through our fields because your tires can knock off some of them flowers on those beans. Excuse me. But yeah, so like I said, I will have some real life farm videos coming out here a little bit later. Again, I'm still just trying to adjust to the YouTube with the farming simulator, but fear thee not, I will show you pictures of our farm, and that, like I said, it's no Millennial Farmer, it's no Welker Farms, it's no Larson Farms by any means. We're a lot smaller than that. Thus, why I take care of pigs for a full-time living besides the crop farming, because crop farming normally it doesn't pay like what it does in the game here, where you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars off a field and that, I guess. So, but it's a good living. It can be a little stressful at times. This year our markets have been looking a lot better than they have in the past. The grain markets had been kind of ugly the last few years until late last fall. They started coming back around pretty good, and they've been pretty good all through the spring and the summer of this year so far. So yeah, we try. It's a lot of the job right now this time of the year is marketing, and you know, when you borrow money for your crop, your banker likes to have you see that you have so much percentage of what you think you're going to get for a yield. They'd like you to have that locked into a price that will hopefully help pay off your note at the bank, which most farmers have notes. Not all of them, but most farmers have to go to the bank every year and borrow the money for their seeds and their herbicides and their fertilizers and insecticides and fungicides. And so yeah, there's more time spent behind the scenes on a farm than there actually is driving tractors or combines or anything like that, I guess. So, but yeah, that's kind of a little bit more about the farming side of things. And if you guys have any question about our farms or our farming methods or anything like that, feel free to drop any questions you want in the comments. I'll try to answer them the best that I can. I mean, I'm no professional at it. I mean, I make mistakes too, and on marketing it's a tough thing to do, and a farmer never seems to always get the very best price for the majority of their crop. Like I said, you're pressured by your banker just a little bit to be selling stuff a little sooner than you'd like to, but you know, and then you don't want to overdo what you pre-sell either, because you know, if it would hail, you still have to deliver that amount of crop to the local grain elevators, basically. Or windstorms, which Iowa had last year. We were lucky we weren't in on that derecho that came through and wiped out a lot of crops throughout central Iowa into Illinois. It was a long, narrow strip, and yeah, a lot of farmers were affected by that down there. It ruined a lot of grain storage as well. A lot of their grain silos were blown over. If they were empty, if they got grain in it, seems like sometimes they can kind of make it through a windstorms or tornado, like is almost what it was. And you know, so this year it's getting harder to put up grain bins because there's so many people that lost all that storage space on their farm, and storage space for us has seemed to pay off really well, because the local elevator, even if you don't sell your crops right away, they want you to sign up if you're going to store them there. You can store them at the local elevator co-op, and but it costs you money. You know, so many cents per bushel usually, or cents per liter, I guess, if you're across seas, but or probably even in Canada, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of a little bit more about any of that. kind of coming to a little stage here. Kind of seems like you guys are watching me do the same parts of this field all the time, but before I go into another speedy or something like that. But I don't know, how you guys like that if I go in on that kind of stuff. You know, some people like some time lapses, some people don't. I mean, feel free to drop that in the comment section too if you prefer seeing that or don't like seeing that. I like to play as realistic as I can, and so it's kind of hard. Like I said, I'd be talking your ear off to plant this whole field or to seed this whole field now, and if we would get through it, this would be a good spot to have a stream. I wouldn't mind doing viewer streams later on. I don't know that I would do it on this map, just because I know it can be kind of tough if you're kind of following a series and then somebody puts a live stream in there that lasts maybe, let's say, 2 hours. Well, you don't always kind of like watching that whole live stream. Something you might miss out what's kind of going on, with the series. So I kind of try to a Let's Play series I want to keep as a Let's Play series, and I'm going to do that for 6 Ashes as well. Like I said, even though at times it sure would be fun to do a live stream on there when we're kind of working like this, and it just, yeah, it's a nice time to chat with you guys and get to know you guys better. Eventually, I may do a few premieres on some of my Let's Plays, where I can kind of set the time and it appears live even though it's recorded. It would be like watching this one right now, but we would be all chatting like what we would in an actual live stream, and I can get your guys' reactions and that. But like I said, I'd kind of like to get up to 100 subscribers before I do something like that. I'd hate to have 1 or 2 people be kind of bored watching something like this going on pre-recorded, so you're not always getting to see all the mistakes or anything like that. But no, it's something I'm definitely I would look into anyway. And with the premiere, you don't have to watch it during the stream. You can watch it anytime, just like it's a regular Let's Play. It's just that I could be a little more interactive, with you guys as it happens, but I have a very nice following. Like I said, I love my subscribers like they're family, because they are family to me, and a lot of you guys I know are, in Europe, and your guys, you're 7 hours ahead of what we are, 6, 7, 8 hours even, depending where you're kind of at. And if I would do it at noon Central Time in the United States, you got people that are at work yet. You've got people going to bed. We have a couple subscribers from Australia even, so it gets really kind of tough. And I know you just kind of got to do it, I guess. And yes, Kansas Farmer, I'm not lifting up on the ends here because I'm too busy gabbing. These are disc openers on this one, so it's not quite as hard on a disc. And we got automatic row shut-off, so which is more or less what we have on here, just like our real planter in real life, even though our real planter, which is a John Deere 1770 NT 16 row 30-inch, we wouldn't leave it down on the end. We don't stop because there's things that are timed on that. We try to keep moving when we're on the end. We lift it up as we're turning and trying to find our close spot back to our where our GPS guides us into the next row that we're taking down the field. So, then you want to kind of keep moving because the automatic row shut-offs are kind of set on a time. Otherwise, you leave gaps. Like when I'm getting to the headlands up here, there would be like a tiny little gap here if I stopped too soon, or, like right here, it would stop, and then you'd have a potential for where weeds would grow, and you wouldn't have crop growing there. And it's all stuff we're kind of getting used to on our farm, because before this year, we didn't have automatic row shut-offs on our planter. We had a 12-row 30-inch planter, or a 1760 John Deere. So, and that didn't have the auto shut-offs, and that had the individual planter boxes on it, so you had to fill each 12 boxes up, where our new planter is a central commodity system. similar to what this is. This is more of a drill that we're using on this one, but our planter is kind of similar to this, where it's got the tanks, the big tanks that you fill up with your seed. For us, we don't apply any fertilizer with our seed, not at this moment anyway. A lot of farmers do apply liquid nitrogen right near the row of where their seed goes, so it's not wasted in between the rows. Yeah. We kind of apply our fertilizer, well, we put a little bit on, we put our P and our K on before we plant corn, usually. Corn takes the most. Beans are pretty similar to what they are in precision farming, where as long as your pH level is good, really you don't put any fertilizers on soybeans. I've heard of guys that do put some nitrogen on in different parts of the world, but for us here in northwest Iowa, it's really not a requirement. It don't help much, and so beans are a lot more of an inexpensive crop to plant for us. Corn takes a lot of fertilizer and just a lot more care. It takes less seed of corn, but corn seed per bag, you're looking at $300 per one bag of seed that you put in. And that one bag of seed might plant an acre and a quarter to an acre and a half, depending what your population is set for. Where soybeans, you use more seed, but you're looking at like $50 per bag or less, probably 35 to 40. I'm not sure what it would be per individual bag. We get all bulk, so it comes in, like the bulks that are on, containers that are on here. But so the seed is cheaper for beans, but you use more of it. 'Cause like I said, you might cover a third of an acre with a bag of seed, opposed to 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 acres like you do in corn. Wheat, we don't plant much of that in our area. A few farmers play around a little bit with it, but we don't have a real close market for wheat here. We have to travel to where I'm at. Sioux City is about an hour away from where I live. That's about the closest market that we have. Oats, a few guys plant oats, and the ones that do generally use them for a supplement in animal feeds. They have some milk cows and stuff like that around that they'll use the oats. Oats will mix in with their feed well, and they want to use the straw for bedding. So some of that's pretty similar anyway. Well, with that being said, I guess, I'm just trying to think of different things about farming that I haven't talked about with you guys, hopefully, but it's always learning for all of us anyway. Alright, make the corner here. And I know there's probably a few of you watching me do this saying, hey, he can fast farm with that. Yes, I can fast farm with this one, that's for sure. You hit your left number 1 bumper, and then you hit the X button twice at the same time. Hold down the left bumper, double tap X real fast. It'll just raise. It's like it's almost going to fold up the seeder, but it doesn't quite do it. So it kind of tricks the planter, but yet it's low enough it still plants yet. Like I said, it's something I do if I'm off camera. I might do that to finish this up so I can get on to my next segment for you guys. I'm gonna see here once. I'm right here going down this row. I'm holding my left number 1 bumper, double X. I hit it real fast, tap tap. See, now I'm going 18, 19 miles an hour. It's not using any more seed, but you can go a lot faster. Only certain implements will do it. I mean, you got to kind of play around with them, which ones do. Some cultivators do it. Disc harrows is kind of hard to find ones that do. Like I said, I'm not going to do this for very long. I just want to show you that it can be done. It is a game after all. I mean, you guys play it exactly the way you want to play it. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep this series more realistic, so I'm not going to do much of it on camera here like this, but I'm just doing it to show you guys that, hey, there's an option out there. Like I said, for this little seed drill, you can do that if you want. On console, it's about as cheaty as we can get for anything. You know, other than if you watched my episode before this, I had the 3-point drawbar on this tractor with that 2410 John Deere plow behind. And if you have that drawbar raised, you got to make sure it's raised, it will kind of do the same thing as this does. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to quit this in a second. In fact, it's probably going to shut off on me. Oh, it might not even let me. Nope, it raised too much. I'm going to lift it up. Turn off the seeder. I'm just kind of trying to reset here. That's what I'm doing. Okay, it'll unfold again. Now it'll fold to its original state. So I apologize to you guys that want to see everything 100% realistic. I'm just trying to show everybody else that there are options and excuse me, different ways to play the game if you want. Because like I said, it is a game. Now you can see I'm only going 9 miles an hour again. So, like the good Lord intended here is what we're kind of doing, I guess. So, well, I've kind of chatted on long enough with you guys for right now. I will finish planting or seeding this field, and I might do a little bit of a speedy for you because I want to keep you guys included on everything that I kind of do here is one of my goals. So like I said, in the comment section, if you don't like that, please feel free to tell me, because I don't know unless you guys tell me, and like I said, you guys are the channel, so whatever your guys' wishes are is my command, I guess. So, well, I think I will leave you for now, and I will see you guys in a few seconds. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed that little montage there, but we're just about finished up with our grass field here. Like I say, I know it don't seem like we got a lot of jobs done, but to think about it, it is 2:20 in the afternoon game time here. Oh, I did too late there, but I can catch that next way back. But yeah, to farm or to plant a big field this size, yeah, that would take a little while too. And like I said, we've plowed today. We've not on this episode, but in this game day, we've plowed, we've limed, and now we're seeding. And yeah, I think we're accomplishing a lot. Like I said, it might not seem like it. I wish there was more interesting things to show per video, but I guess you guys are getting to learn about me a little bit. All right, we are done with this field. And that's how we get to learn to know each other. We talk, I guess, and communicate with each other. Like I said, like you guys do so well with me in the comments all the time. And like I said, I get to learn about you guys, and you guys get to watch this and learn about me a little bit. Yeah, it's all in fun anyway. Like I said, it's a great community, the Farm Sim community. Oh, I'm in the tree here. Before I forget, let's go right there. Let's go to wheat. So we have it set where we want next time. Yeah, we'll have to unload the lime out of here. Find some place to put it. Now we can fertilize. But the good news is you'll be done watching me on these fields for a little while after that too, because now the grass will have to grow, the wheat will have to grow, and we can get on with other things. Like I said, on this map, Griffin, there's not a lot of different variety of things to do, you know, like factory-wise or anything like that, which I've never really played around with any factory mods or anything like that, so production mods, but on Farm Sim 22, I hope to. I mean, I hear some horror stories about production packs that don't work right or they crash your animal system, and I just don't want to take that chance, I guess. Yeah, you know, we're under here. Now we don't need lime. Now we need fertilizer, which I'm guessing one tank full here should do us for the whole works. I would sure imagine, but I'll shut that off here. Let's walk over here. We need some livestock. That was an emphasis on that. That's why I did that. I believe this is our purchase point right here. This is the bird of choice if eggs are at the top of your priorities. That's what I'm thinking we're going to do with the white leghorn. These breed extremely fast, or meat breed that is extremely fast growing and has a first turnaround in profit. Requires a lot of feed. Rhode Island Red is a hybrid breed, both eggs and meat. This Rhode Island Red is a good brand of chicken too if you want eggs. It requires an amount of feed in between that is a laying and a meat counterparts. And a rooster. We need a rooster. I think is one for every 10 chickens, I believe. So let's go ahead here and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hens. And we'll get one young little rooster too. That way they'll make eggs and they're also good for meat yet too. Let's confirm that. $72, I think we could afford that. Our chickens almost look black there for a minute. There's Mr. Rooster. Having quite the time there, buddy. It'll be nice. I hope this grass grows in here to kind of get rid of this kind of square area. I think it does, if I remember right. We're going to have to get these guys some feed. And I'm going to look here a minute if there's any inexpensive tippers that I have installed anyway. I know there's other ones out there. It'd be $8,000 for that. For 4,000 liters. Ooh, $10,000 for that. That takes up most of our money. Um, 19. I'm just looking at prices here, so please excuse my fast flinging here. This little lawnmower trailer only holds 3,000 liters. We might get that. We don't have the lawnmower that goes with it. That one holds 3,000 liters as well. I don't know if it tips. Multifunctional trailer can be used for all sorts of jobs, from transporting a pallet to hauling some firewood for the stove, from bringing bales to your livestock, the field, and transporting bulk materials. I'm not sure on that one. What do we got for configurations? Spare wheel. Hose wheel. That adds $130. We don't need any of that. Ladder rack, we don't need that. Ladder rack with spare wheels. Boy, this gets annoying with the PlayStation 4. All options. Now we should go to none. Oh, no! Transport version. No, that's... I'm not sure. We'll have to think about that a little bit. I think we'll do that in next episode. We'll definitely get ourselves a small little trailer. We see we got a good couple options, because these chickens aren't going to eat much, because seasons they eat a lot less, and you can only feed them for about 3 days at a time. Is the maximum amount of feed you can give them, where on non-seasons it's about 10 days worth of feed. So with all that being said, I thank you guys very much for watching this episode. And again, thank you to all my subscribers and everyone that drops a like. And yeah, like I said, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. And yeah, until next time here in Griffin, Indiana, we'll see you later. You guys all take care and have a great day. Thank you.